Hi everyone, my name is Steve Simplest. I'm a management major here at University of Central Florida. And this summer I had the opportunity to be an intern at Builders for Source as a operations management intern. One of the problems our installation manager had was being able to efficiently assign new projects to project managers. So I was tasked with creating a market map. This market map depicts all of our active communities and all information that's related to each community. So before, when our installation manager or would get assigned a new community, a new project, he'd have to go through the files, pull up in a spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet to see what project manager and what technician and what warranty rep is focused on that area. Well, with this market map, that changes everything. You can visually see everything. You don't have to go read in the spreadsheet. You can just pull up the map and see everything. So each pin represents a community, and the color of the pin represents a project manager that's associated to it. So, for example, if you're looking at the map right now, all the blue pins is Billy Gentry. That's a project manager. All the green pins, that's Eddie. That's another project manager. And if you click on a pin, all the related information associated to that community will populate, like the scope of the project. It'll pop up. It'll tell you if it's a window installation or if it's a trim installation, and you would have all your different information as far as what technician is associated to this community, this entire community, and what warranty rep is representing this community. So super cool visual, super cool thing to see. Um, and in fact, this will actually speed up the decision making process when our installation manager gets a new community, a new job assigned to us. He can look at the map and be like, hey, this community is kind of close to where Billy normally is already it's close to where Billy's other communities are. Let's just give this community to Billy. It just makes more sense. So the biggest challenge I had with this project was, getting the correct data, the correct addresses, just having to collaborate with different team members and using our online software to make sure everything was accurate. But overall, this was a great project. I loved it. I had so much fun. Our manager loved it. I loved the outcome. So overall, just a big win. Another project I was assigned to was a line card. Had to create a nice visual of all of our products that we currently stock. Um, and essentially this will help out our sales team know what we have in stock, what to push out, what we want to get out, because this type of company, what this is we have stock items and we have special items. The special items are the things that we don't currently stock, but our client wants it, so we go out and get it, but we don't keep, we don't hold it in the store. So yeah, so just for ourselves, guys, knowing exactly what we have here at the store, they'll know what to push out, what we need to get out, because essentially this is how we make our money. So yeah, so I had pretty much had to facilitate this line card. Our purchasing manager and our sales manager would send me all the different SKUs on a spreadsheet, and now I have to, looking at SKUs, it doesn't tell you much. And it's like a million different SKUs, so I don't know what everything is. So I had to search the SKUs up to get like a visual of what it looks like, so I know how to categorize it and where to put it on the line card. So it came out really nice. I got to showcase my creativity a little bit, but everyone was happy with the end result and can't complain for that. So this was our line card. There are a few current tasks that I'm currently involved in, which is using the 6S methodologies in our exterior door department, where I had to organize a few things. You can see the before picture is an area which was super, kind of clustered and kind of unorganized. These materials on the floor are things that they barely use. And on the right side are theatricals and theatricals security stoppers that were on a rack somewhere in boxes. So what I did was I decided to clean out this area and put some dividers up and stick these theatricals in there. This right here will help them see their inventory, what they have available, and when this runs low, they'll be able to see that it's low and that they can put in an order in for inventory. So there was dead space. I utilized it. As you can see at the top too, there are stickers with labels of the size and with the type, what side it's supposed to go on and stuff. So when they're replenishing inventory, they know what this size is and where to put what in because it's labeled at the top. So that was also super cool. My current task is also to continuously update our market map. So, jump into the spreadsheet. Whenever we get a new assignment, I throw it into the spreadsheet and then I'd update it to reflect on the market map. So that is some of my current tasks that I have so far. Overall, my evaluation at this company has just been nothing but positive things. Um, the environment is super, super super cool. Everyone here is supportive. Everyone here is super helpful. Uh, it's just like a lending hand type of organization. Very social environment. Um, yeah, so it's a really good company to work for. I would, if the opportunity presented itself, I would definitely come back and work here. The only thing I would say was a like a barrier, not so much, but just slightly a barrier is that the age gap. Majority of the people at this organization have been working there for 20 plus years, 30 plus years, 15, 20 plus years. Everyone was much older than me. So yeah, so I had the opportunity to learn from a lot of experienced individuals. And yeah, and also another barrier was that the technology they use. Some things were kind of outdated, and older people don't really like change, so I can understand that. So that was another barrier, just the technology, and but they also did have some new things that are going on with technology, which was a ready frame, which is a system that pre-cuts frames and speeds up the framing of the home process. So instead of them doing these constructions on the site, they do it off-site in a warehouse, and it gets bundled up and labeled and everything and shipped to the site, which cuts the building time by about 20% and cuts costs as well. So that's really cool. So overall, it was a great experience so far. This internship has influenced me immensely, and I can't think of everything off the top of my head, but I can tell you going in and coming out, I'm coming out a person with higher self-esteem, higher self-efficacy of myself, knowing that I can do anything honestly as long as I put my mind to it. Sometimes you just gotta embrace the challenges, and that's what I did coming in here. When I came in and I spoke down, sat with the managers, and they told me what I'd be doing and the projects and stuff. Most of the stuff I've never done before, but I didn't want to sound like I didn't know what I was doing or I wasn't capable. So I kind of told myself I'm just gonna do what I have to do. And so far, it's about 2 weeks left of my 2 to 3 weeks left of my internship, and I've done every single project to to the liking of all my managers. So just yeah, leaving here with higher self confidence. I also sharpened my communication skills, just having to communicate with different professionals on a daily. My email etiquette, has been getting better. Just seeing how they're emailing. So I'm kind of, I wouldn't say copying, but I'm kind of, I'm catching the norm. Captain and Norm have been very effective with my time, learning how to manage that so I can get work done and get the most uh, get the most out of my work day. But one other thing, since it's a nice environment and it's very social environment, one thing I did realize about myself is that I would prefer to work in a quieter space because I just tend to get more work done that way. I tend to get distracted a little bit. I would not distracted, but I do get distracted a little bit easier than most. So being in a quieter environment would be best for me. And at Builders for Source, it's like totally the opposite. It's very fast paced, a lot of communications going on, a lot of face to face communication going on. But overall, it was a good influence. I feel like if I could do this internship again, I wouldn't do anything differently but not take summer classes. So I'm currently taking full, 4 classes in the summer, as well as this full-time internship. So that would be the only thing I would do differently. But work wise, I would do everything the same. It was a great opportunity. I felt like I put myself out there. I asked questions. I was open. Uh, built some connections, made some relationships, and I got the most out of it. My favorite experience, and I mentioned this earlier on, was creating that market map. It was honestly fun. It was actually fun because it was a project that I probably would do as a case study on some free time. Simply because they told me what they wanted, they didn't give me any direction, and I just had to figure it out. So that was super cool. It was my favorite thing to do. It was my one of my favorite experiences here and things to do at work. Another experience is just the communication between me and my supervisor, which is the general manager, but he's my direct report. So just having those weekly one-on-ones, and we spoke about a lot of work-related things, but we also did connect on some personal things as well. Super cool guy, and that's honestly my favorite experience at this internship so far. Coming into this internship, it was my first ever internship. Never had an internship, and as well as I was their first intern, so it was kind of chaotic at first. So my only recommendation would be for them to have a better structure for the future interns coming in, because yeah, so it was kind of coming in. It was kind of all over the place. I didn't really have any direction, which was really cool to me because I've grown throughout the process, knowing what I had to do. I had to figure it out, sat down and made plans for myself. So I've grown so much just throughout this process. But my only recommendation would be to have just a little bit of structure, a little bit of structure would go a long way, and decrease ambiguity for future interns. Also, my position was an ops management intern, and I would have loved to spend more time with the operations managers and just kind of seeing the day to day, spending more time in that sector just for some exposure. But overall, that was about it. Just more structure and more exposure in the operations side of things. So my only recommendations to future interns would be just to be yourself, right? Be yourself because that's the only way you're gonna know if this is for you, if this industry is for you. So being yourself, networking with people, don't be in a shell. Try to make relationships, network, be friendly. Learn the organization, learn as much as possible because you never know. There might be some opportunities that might be open for you if you just do the research, do your homework on the organization. So also just being curious overall and being open to everything because like I said, you never know what opportunities might come up. And also most importantly, I would say uh, get you a planner, get you a divider, manage your time wisely because it'll go a long way for sure, and it also will show too as well. So if I was given the opportunity to return um, post graduation, I would happily accept the offer. I feel like this is an organization that I can flourish in once I get comfortable and just pretty much knowing the ins and outs of the industry, something I can, kind of flourish on because I feel like it's a really competitive environment. I'm a competitive person, so I feel like I would do really good or in an organization like this. The culture is fantastic. The people are amazing. So I would definitely return if I was given the opportunity, 100%. Thank you so much for giving me your time and letting me present to you. I hope that you enjoyed this presentation and you learned something about Builders for Source. Go Knights, charge on.